everybody. How are you? At the store. I'm leaving now, but let's take a ride with me back home. Yeah? You into it? You dig it? Cool. It is windy here in New York. It's a windy day. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a little bit cold, and it is definitely windy. I hope that you are all out there having a wonderful Friday. I wanted to have a little chit chat today about, you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll go this way. I wanted to have a little talk today about the healing journey and my own, just in a brief, I want to keep it brief, but just a reminder today. We all heal, we all travel through life, we all heal at our own pace. We all learn in our own time and in our own pace. Sometimes a word that we hear today may not fully sink in until years down the road. Sometimes something that's easy to cerebrally, mentally understand is not so easy to practically apply into our life, right? So we can read something or hear something and understand that and agree with it, and it resonates, it makes sense. But to apply the lesson or the change into your life is very difficult. It's not always as easy as it is in an aha moment. Sometimes even in our aha moments, and we get something and we're like, wow, sometimes it really does take a while of walking down the path with that knowledge to learn how to apply it practically in your life and to make changes. And you shouldn't beat yourself up if you're not where you think you should be, or where you want to be. And at the same time, as you're traversing and traveling in your adventure of life and healing and growing and learning, just remember that everyone else is doing the same thing at their own pace in their time. Not everybody's going to get everything all at once. It takes experience, Sometimes we have to grow through some really hard, dry dirt to reach the light, to understand. I got to tell you, in my journey of life and all that I've been through, and I'm not comparing my journey to anyone else's. I used to think that was the thing to do, comparing my progress to others' progress or others' journeys or others' comprehension of things. And I used to beat myself up about it because, look, I'm in my 40s now, and sometimes I feel like there's things that I should know by now. But that's not my path. I know what I need to know right now. And that's okay, right? And as we continue through life, there's always gonna be more to learn. There's always gonna be more room to grow, and there's always gonna be times when we slip back in our awareness, or we take a step back in our growth, or it seems like we're going backwards, but you never can really go backwards. Even what seems like a step back, or if you slip back into old patterns, that means that there's more there for you to understand or learn about yourself and other people and the world and your purpose. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that, or that there's something wrong with you. Please be easy on yourself as you continue through your life, especially at this time. I got to tell you, what I want to say is, in my healing, in my adventures of life, in my path, in my everything that I've walked, it has not been a straight line whatsoever. It's been a wild, crazy dance of many different steps in many different directions, which may not make sense to anybody else. But for my path and for my growth and for my journey, it makes perfect sense where God has placed me. Because there's things that my soul needs to learn and understand, and I can only learn and understand it in the way that my soul is ready to receive it. Right? So, I have lost and found myself a kabillion times. You know? Sometimes we have to get lost to get found. Sometimes we have to lose pieces of ourselves to gain better parts of ourselves. We're not meant to stay the same forever. When I think about who I was before the pandemic, I kind of been idolizing that version of me and thinking, man, I wish I could go back. But the thing is that there is no going back, because that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. We're not supposed to be the same version of ourselves forever. We're supposed to learn and grow and become different versions of our original selves. And of course, through each growth period, we still retain that inner part of ourselves, the most honest, true part of ourselves. But we do grow, just like trees. Looking at nature is nature teaches us so much. A tree doesn't stay the same forever. It grows, it ages, and it learns how to adapt to its environment. It grows deeper roots as time goes on. It becomes more grounded, and it learns. And it goes through its seasons of plenty and its seasons of not so much, when it loses its leaves. But the leaves grow back, and sometimes they grow back different. Sometimes they grow back bigger or, more plentiful in one area. That's just the shape of our lives and the shape of us. It doesn't mean that we're not evolving or that we're not growing. We're growing. Even when you don't think you're growing, you are. Life is growth. As long as you're living and breathing, you're growing. So don't beat yourself up about your journey. You're strong. You've made it. You've survived every single day of your life. Somehow or some way, you have carried yourself through every day that you have lived on this earth. And here you are today. And I gotta tell you, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Okay? And so that is my Friday message. I hope that you enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember, and it's a lesson for me too, sometimes we gotta let go of certain things so we can make room for the things that we want. Sometimes it becomes a point of letting go of the past so we can grab onto the future. It's kind of like that monkey who's trying to get the candy bar or the banana out of the jar, and he can't because he's holding on to it and pulling. But if he lets go, it comes out. Is that yeah. He can, I don't know, maybe that's not the right way to say it. It's just that if your hands are full with all of your baggage of the past, when the future comes, how are you going to grab onto that? You can't. It's like when you walk into a perfect analogy. You walk into a supermarket, right? You walk into a supermarket and you think you're only getting a few things. And you walk in there and now you've picked up like 10 things, and it's hard It's hard to navigate through the store and hold all the stuff. You really should have got a cart, right? But you didn't. You thought you were just getting a few things, but you saw other things. And then all of a sudden, you see like something that you really want, but you don't have any more room in your hands to carry it. So then you got to decide what's important and what you actually do need, in that shopping trip. So you can carry the thing that you really want. So you have room in your arms to hold on to the thing that you really, to make room for the thing that you want to bring home with you, Does that make any sense? I don't know. But I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Forgiveness themes. The theme of the energy of this full moon is a lot of forgiveness, a lot of let go of toxic trauma, but not just outside of you. Within. It's an internal job. Sometimes it's an internal job. Sometimes, we gotta own our crap. And really, the things outside of us really are reflecting our inner state. So, not saying that's always 100%, but it does make sense that it is like that. It's all in our perspective. And if you shift it just slightly, a few degrees, maybe you'll see something different, I wish you a wonderful weekend. May the force be with you. And you got this. All right? Toodaloo.